Jim, a 3-3 draw against Brackley today, a mad spell of 8 minutes, 4 goals scored. How do you try and sum up that game?
A bit mad, wasn't it? I don't usually say this because when you're in the thick of it and you're right on the touchline, it can get quite stressful. But I thought it was a fantastic game of football against, you know, you can see why both the teams are at the top of the table and doing well. And you know, obviously we've had a lot of the ball, you know, but they're a threat. They've got good players. You know, they've got the best defensive record in the league, and we put 3 past them. Could have been a few more, but going the other way, they're efficient. They find a way of scoring goals, and that's what they've done today. And there's, you know, it was good play. You know, there was mistakes made. But ultimately, it was 2 competitive sides who had a right good go at each other. It was a fantastic advert for the division. You know, and credit to Brackley, they played the part. It was the 3rd game in a week. And I'm pretty pleased with the way we played. I'm disappointed the way it's ended, but you know, we come away with a point, and it's just one of them games that we probably have to sit down and look over it and see what went well, what didn't go well, because at the minute it's just all a blur. There's so much going on. There was a good crowd on. It was, you know, Remembrance Weekend, all the stuff, all the events going on before the game. I thought it was, as I say, a really good advert for the league, and I thought, you know, as a club we've done well today with regards to the fans that have come, the noise that was made, the players that have given it their all for the shirt, and you know, played a part in a game that will be long remembered. So unfortunately we never got the win. We just couldn't see out a cross, which we should be doing better with, in all honesty. You know, right at the end, again, we'll look over it. Where does it come from? You know, everyone will have hindsight. That's part and parcel of football. Everyone will have an opinion. You know, Ben Solid's got the ball and he's drove inside side to score a 4th goal, and within a minute it's back up the other end of the pitch, out wide, cross comes in, and you question, shall he run into the corner? You know, bit of game management. But the other things are, can we stop the cross? What can we do better than the middle, etc. So say it's a blur at the minute. You know, the goals is just weird. You know, one was up in the air, and next thing you're thinking, right, and then the net, the lads running away. And you know, there's some good performances today. I think in general, as I say, it was a good game. You know, special mention for Nick Horn. I thought he was superb again. Looked a proper threat throughout the game, and didn't deserve to, you know, he deserved to get man of the match, but probably deserved to come away on the winning side, or even with a match ball. But you know, as I say, as a team, they've given it their all. We've played our part in a fantastic game, and we take the point now. We pick the bones out of it and move on.
Obviously, a couple of away defeats this season recently, and obviously going behind in such a big game today. There might be a few people have said some things about the certain members of the squad, and you know, some questions might have been raised, but when that second half kicked in, they answered all those critics and all those people that were maybe saying that that it was maybe getting away from us. We responded to that in fantastic fashion. Well,
I don't know whether I'm watching a different game, but I think we had the majority of the first half. I think we've worked the keeper, we've got into some good areas. There was a good atmosphere, we played with a tempo, we were on the front foot, we were pressing them. You know, and I think they had a long range shot which was routine for Chris Neal, and then, you know, a goal again we should do better with. The clearing header, the 1v1, the cross into the box, how can it be avoided? All stuff that we've got to look at. But I don't think we deserve to be 1-0 down. But again, it's football fans, everyone gets frustrated, but when you look through the result, when everyone's a bit more relaxed, we can see what we've done well, what we haven't done well. People are entitled to opinion, they pay the money, but at the end of the day, we're top of the table. We're playing against the 2nd best team in the league today, and I think we've played some fantastic football. I think it's been a good advert for the league with regards to how both teams are going about the business today. And I think it'd be hard if I was a neutral today to point finger at players and be you know, a little bit critical when you can take the whole season into consideration. And obviously today, I thought it was an enjoyable game, and I think everyone will go away. I've had a few guests here myself today, probably go away going, what a good game of football. You know, some of the local teams not playing today. Some of their fans have come along. So I'm sure when I catch up with them, they'll say it's a good game. But we went 1-0 down, we've battled back, we've got our nose in front, we've been pegged back at the end. It's football, it happens, we take the point, we move on.
That's pretty much my next comment really, is if, obviously it's an international break, there's a lot of teams in the area that weren't playing. We got a good crowd on today, and for those who maybe hadn't been to Mill Farm that many times, they're going to come away from this thinking that's a fantastic game of football, I want to come again.
Yeah, 100%. I think well, I know there was a few Morecambe fans here today because Morecambe haven't got a game. I know there was a few Preston fans here today, you know, so it all made for a better day. The atmosphere, you know, I go up and name the team with the chairman in the hospitality lounge, that was packed out, so it's all positive in that regard. You know, we want to move the club forward, we want to do the business on the pitch, but it's just as important you do the business off the pitch as well. We're doing well at the minute in that regard. As I say, that's probably the busiest I've seen it in hospitality. All the boxes are jammed, you know, everyone's having a good time, everyone's enjoying themselves. And I think they won't be disappointed by the game. Although, obviously, the Flower fans want us to win the game. I think when they come away, they go, "What a cracking game of football!" And I'd had from loads of talking points. Usually, what happens when you get a few of the extra speckies that come with regards to looking, you know, maybe latching onto one of the local sides or something for when their team doesn't play. Usually the game's pretty dour and it's a 0-0 or you get beat or whatever, but I'm sure they'll go away and think, you know, it's a good place to go and watch football. We like to think we play the game the right way. We're entertaining. It was an entertaining game today. As I say, there's plenty you can do here, and it's you know, credit to everyone associated with the club to make sure that not just on the pitch, but certainly off the pitch you get it right as well. So hopefully we do gain a couple of extra spectators after today's game.
Obviously next weekend we head to Telford United, somewhere we got a win last year and where you started your career. You must be really looking forward to that game.
Yeah, I've got a lot of feelings for Telford. One of them, you know, it's a club obviously that, you know, runs through my veins. My dad was there for 15 years, something like that. He's got a terrace named after him there. I had 5 good years myself, got myself in the Hall of Fame as well. But we're there to win the game. You know, it's not often I've come up against Telford in the last few years. I did win once against them 1-0 and scored, so that was a bit mad for me, you know, to score against them. But as I say, since I can remember, which you won't know about when you talk about teletext and CFAX and things like that, when you've got, you know, page 1 of 39, you've got to wait for it to come all the way back down. My dad always used to say, let's see how Telford have got on, and you're waiting for that page to come up. So ever since I can remember, you know, we were always looking out for the Telford results because it was my dad's club, and then I was privileged enough to play there myself. I've never been back as a manager. I've been back as a player once, won 3-0. I played against them at home and won 1-0. So you know, it'd be great to go back and see familiar faces. And say my mum still spends a lot of time there. She's got a lot of friends there, so you know, it's always been close to my heart, Telford United. So I'm looking forward to the game. But as I say, professional head on. It's a big game for us. Want to get back on the winning trail. And you know, we'll do all we can to prepare like this week and go there and try and get the 3 points, you know, next Saturday.